Today we are going to talk about some really exciting new news Princess has introduced for their dining options on board their ships and how much that's costing. We've got first-hand information on that, as well as what's going on in Yorktown, Virginia, with the plans that Princess has to make a call in that port next year. And finally, cruises sailing from Los Angeles are going to cost a little bit more in the future. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Friday. It is August 25th of 2023, and I would like to start off inviting you to please subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you with us, and I think you will really enjoy being part of our Let's Go family. If you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up as well? That actually really helps us out. YouTube will offer our videos to more people, but the more subscribers we have and the more thumbs up we have. So thank you. Also, I want to invite you to our live this evening. Friday nights, whenever we have time, we do a live starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So we are going to do that tonight. We have a lot to talk about. I had to really sift through a lot of news today and decide what we really need to talk about. I've got some more for tomorrow, but we have a lot to talk about tonight as well. So bring your questions, your experience, and get ready for a fun time, and we will see you there. Now, first of all, let's talk about what is going on in Yorktown, Virginia. So if you are not aware of it, for the very first time, cruise ships, Princess cruise ships, are looking to make port calls there in June of 2024. The dates that they are planning to stop is June 10th, June 21st, and June 27th. Well, with this big change coming that a large cruise ship is going to call there, of course, you have got people there in Yorktown, Virginia. Some are really for it, and some not quite so much. They've had a lot of discussions there in their town, and of course, the people who are for it are hoping to alleviate the concerns of the people who are against it. Of course, people always worry about overcrowding. They worry about pollution. They wonder about where all those people are going to go. And so it was really interesting. On the Yorktown City website, they actually have a page that is dedicated to the Princess Cruise Line's FAQ, and apparently there they had a meeting with the president of Princess Cruise Lines, John Paget, and he worked with them to not only choose the cruise dates so that they would be able to alleviate crowding based on other things that they've already got going on in that town. So I love that they very specifically chose those dates, and to just go through and provide a lot of information and work with the city officials there to make sure that they manage people in a way that will really help their town. So some highlights from that I thought you would like to know if you are thinking of a cruise to Yorktown, or if you even have one booked. And I have actually looked at those because they kind of call them their historic itineraries, and they stop at a lot of really cool places. And as you know, it's great to drive around and see things, but it's also really special to be able to see them on a cruise ship. I think that there are really good pros to both, okay? So I have been to Yorktown twice. When I was growing up, my parents took us there. We just did a road trip and drove to see Yorktown, as well as some other colonial history places. And we also, Gordon and I went there one time when he had to be in that region of the country for a work convention. We went and visited there. So it is absolutely beautiful there. So I understand completely why the people want to share their history there and everything that happened there with people from all over the world. And they did mention that, but I also get why people who live there also want to make sure that everything stays as it is and that they take the best care that they can. So a couple of notes that I wanted to share with you is, first of all, they are going to dock, and they have worked out a location for the dock that is about 1.75 miles east of Yorktown Beach. And so people will be taking those tender or water shuttles, whatever you call them, into the port. And as they do that, they are going to have a staging area of buses for people who want to go on the excursions. They also point out that some people will be going off on excursions in other areas. Some people will want to stay in the central part of town there and walk around. One thing that really stood out is what an economic boon they are looking for this to be there. There are a lot of businesses, including your your restaurants, your historical sites, your souvenir type places. Lots of places are really looking forward to having some more tourists come and visit. They are used to a lot of tourists there in that region, and the people who are for it pointed that out, that they do, but also that all of these people to come to visit won't be bringing a car. They will just be coming in for the day and then going home, back to the cruise ship again at the end of the day. A really important thing is they estimate that every cruise passenger that comes will spend $125 at least. That's the average of what a cruise passenger would be spending there. They also anticipate that a lot of people will eat in the restaurants there because everybody likes to try local food. So it'll be really fun to see how all of this ends up and what they think after welcoming cruise ships there for the first time in 2024. Then I think we'll probably start to hear after that, if it went well, that more cruise ships will be able to call there. They have had experience with American Cruise Lines ships calling there before, and it sounds like things have gone smoothly with them. So I thought I would just bring you up to date if you are booked on one of those cruise ships, or if you're looking, the itineraries that goes there, or if you are looking forward thinking about maybe doing that. Another quick note for you is the Port of Los Angeles there has approved an increase in passenger tariffs for cruise ships, and it's going to increase 3% every year from 2024 through 2028. And what they are planning to do is a few things. They have increased costs due to how many cruise ships are calling there in Los Angeles now, as well as they are looking at building another cruise terminal in the outer harbor area to accommodate more cruise ships in that area and handle everything a little bit more smoothly. I was really excited. I'm really excited because of the part of the country that we live in and the ports that you can visit as well from Los Angeles. It makes me happy that as many cruise ships are sailing from Los Angeles as are now. Before COVID, there would be some cruise ships going out of Los Angeles every now and again, but they didn't have as many routinely serving that area as they do now. You might be aware that the Discovery Princess, is going to be there through the winter time again. She left, of course, to go up to Alaska in the summertime, but when that season is done, she will be back sailing there from Los Angeles. Holland America goes out of San Diego a lot. Royal Caribbean is they have ships that go out of Los Angeles, Carnival out of Long Beach. Who am I forgetting? Celebrity. So it's really exciting to me, and hopefully 3%. It doesn't sound like that is so much that it should be a deal breaker on being able to go on a cruise there. So those of you who live in Los Angeles, tell us in the comments what you think, or even if you don't live in Los Angeles. We don't live in Los Angeles, but it is really much closer for us to go to Los Angeles than it is to Galveston or Florida or any of the other ports here in the United States to hop on a cruise ship. So let me know if you're really enjoying that option there as well or not. The most exciting, I think, would be that they've got that one that's going, I believe it's August 30th of 2025, round trip to Alaska out of Los Angeles. That is really exciting because there's a lot of people that is just going to be what they needed to be able to go to Alaska. I think it's thrilling. Alrighty. Now, we keep talking here about Princess changing some of their dining options. We've had the casual dining introduced, where you're going to have to pay the $14.99 fee if you want that 3-course meal. I will add that, as we know with Alfredo's, there are a la carte options, like that pizza is $8.50. So if you want to go there and eat that, you can go and be charged that much. I'm really excited to see what the a la carte options are at the other dining locations. And so with the all of these changes, 2 things I want to talk to you about today. First of all, Princess is going to start offering lunch options in their specialty dining restaurants on certain days of the cruise. Okay, now when we think of that, we think of the Crown Grill, Sabatini's, and the Catch by Rudy. Those are the ones that overall are on a lot of the cruise ships, but I am sure like the Sterling Steakhouse and some of the others that are a little bit different, those will be offering it at lunchtime as well. Now, from everything we have a Let's Go family member who happens to be on the Caribbean Princess, and I saw this story in the news today, and I was like, oh, I wonder what that's going to be like. But she so kindly sent me an email this morning and said they have the same menus that they do for dinner time and the same cost, but you can have them at lunchtime if you want. And as I thought about that, that's not a bad idea for a couple of reasons. First of all, you still have the option to dine in the specialty dining restaurants at dinner time if you would like, but having a lunchtime option, sometimes people enjoy eating their big meal in the middle of the day, so this will be perfect for them. Also, if you happen to be on a ship and you were not able to get a reservation either at all for specialty dining now that the ships are full again, or at a time that would really work for you, you could do it earlier in the day and still have that lovely meal. And if you like to go to all of the entertainment that the ship has to offer in the evening, I think that lunchtime at a specialty dining is a really good option as well, because you can go to the main dining room or to a specialty dining restaurant, and it can take you longer than you expect, and then you miss some of the entertainment. And I love on Princess, since we're talking about Princess dining, but all of the cruise lines, they offer excellent entertainment, and they have a large variety of things that are offered. Of course, they have the main shows in the big theaters, but they also have a whole lot of other options that I think this is going to really open up the possibility of not missing it. So let me know what you think about that. It is still, like I said, the same price as the dinner, as dinner would be, but it's the same menu. And so you can enjoy the same kind of food. That would work nice to have like a lunch, a little bit of a late lunch, depending on how late they're open, and then just get a little bit something light in the evening and like I said, enjoy the entertainment or whatever you would like to do. So I think this is awesome, and I really like it. I mean, it helps Princess earn more money. Truly, the cruise lines are trying to remain profitable now, and they have so much to catch up with. So we're going to talk about that part here in just a minute as well. But also, we keep talking about this, and I think it's really important to keep this in the conversation for a while, as all of us are getting used to the change. And I think that going forward with the nickel and diming, as everyone likes to call it, that we are seeing in cruise ships, and I would argue it's not just on cruise ships. So we'll talk about that more in a second, and also tonight. But as we see more of that, people are really going to have to decide where they want to spend their cruise dollars. They're going to have to decide if they want it on a package or on something else on the cruise ship, right? And so I wanted to point out, a gentleman left a comment in our video yesterday. I believe it was yesterday's comment. And he said, they were taking their family of 4 to Hawaii. So that's a 16-day cruise. So to add the plus package to everybody would have been $3,840 in addition to the regular price of the cruise for their family, and that is an awful lot. And so what they ended up doing, and I love this because it helps us all think outside of the box and what will work for us. So they ended up prepaying their gratuities, and they went ahead, and every person, when you get on a Princess ship, they will let you bring a 12-pack of soda. It's supposed to be like in a box. Don't bring like 2 6-packs or a bunch of cans, but have it, like a 12-pack. You can bring that on board per person. So they did that for their family members so that they would have that for the sailing over, and then they restocked it again on their last port day in Hawaii before they headed home. And then while they were on board the ship, they ended up, he said they spent about $700. They ended up buying some photo packages. They bought some specialty dinings for their family to enjoy, but just spent it on, and some random drinks, other drinks that they wanted. But that $700 and provided them with a wonderful experience was way better than the $3,840. And he pointed out that when he goes on a shorter itinerary, they will often get the premier package because it's worth it. So I want you to think outside the box a little bit about what sailing you're going on, what the itinerary is, how long the sailing is, just all of these things, and how much you will actually use what is in the package. I did that actually for going to New England. We have a lot of port days in a row, and so after my video yesterday, I was like adding up the kind of drinks that I would want to drink, and and I will probably be buying more drinks while we're in port because we have long port days there, and I want to enjoy the ports. And the same thing, like when we go to the Mediterranean, I don't take 4 bottles of water with me. I don't want to lug it around. So we just buy bottles of water when we're in port if we want more, or if there's somewhere to refill it. Sometimes there is, you can do that. But you really kind of have to think. And if we're in port, we're eating lunch, then I buy a drink there. I don't get the drink on the ship. So just kind of think about all of these kind of things. All right, I was hoping that was helpful for you. But the other part that goes with this is in talking about this nickeling and diming, one of you was so kind to send me an email from the Wall Street Journal. And they were talking about how in hotels now, a lot of them are starting to charge if you want to check in early or if you want to check out late. And a lot of times it doesn't matter what your loyalty level is with that hotel line. And so it got me thinking a lot, and I get enough emails with people telling me they're done with cruising due to these price increases. They are going to go ahead and start staying at all-inclusive resorts. And I have been looking at those an awful lot, and you know what? The prices are up for those too, as well as, there's different kinds of all-inclusives, but a lot of the extra dining that if you're going to pay extra or have something that is not part of your package that you bought, those are up as well, like significantly. And so I think just look at everything and decide what kind of travel that you would like, but don't be thinking that prices are only going up on cruise lines, and don't think it's only on Princess. I know that Royal Caribbean has just raised the rates for several of their specialty dining options, and I really think that this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think we're going to see charges for a lot more things down the road that we never saw charges for. I think of Norwegian taking a lot of their not nicer, but they're more Broadway type shows. They have really cut those back or taken them off completely on some ships. A lot of people cruise for that, and I can see people being willing to pay for it. So I'm wondering if the day that you can pay for that, just like you would pay for a ticket to a Broadway show somewhere, a ticket to a movie, that might be coming right along on different things as well as lots of other things. So put down below what your thoughts are about that. And I really appreciate hearing from you all. A lot of you leave very well thought out comments that really make me think about things and inform my thoughts. So I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And thanks for being here with me. I'll see you tonight at our live, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.